Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hey, welcome. My name is Dianne, and I'm super excited that you found your way here. Okay, you guys, this is going to be my recap of the challenge season 32, episode 10. So let's jump right on into this recap. Go ahead and get your cups, and let's get into it.
All of these detours, I cannot be sure if this is the right way, but I stay on pace. Yeah, I'm on my way. Tell them I'm on my way. On my way, on my way, on my way. I'm on my way, on my way. Tell them I'ma get this show.
Okay, so episode 10 starts off inside of the main house. The chrysanthemums, Johnny and Marie, are all outside hanging out by the pool, and the chrysanthemums are kind of making fun of Johnny about his relationship with Angela, basically saying that it's fake and it was strictly for the game. And then Amanda goes further to say that if Johnny were not Johnny Bananas outside of this house, Angela would never have given him the time of day. And so Johnny throws it back at her and say, well, if we were not in this house, I could say the same. Joss wouldn't give you the time of day. So they're just kind of going back and forth about that. And then the girls go further to say that, you know, they really didn't like Angela because she didn't interact with them. She didn't really talk to them. All she wanted to do was be around Johnny. And then Johnny was like, well, I mean, you guys aren't welcoming. And who cares if she doesn't want to talk to you guys? Who are you that she should have to want to talk to you guys? You know what I mean? He was just defending her. Every time they would try to throw a shot at her, he would throw shots right back. So over at the Redemption House, Tori and Derek are having a conversation, and you know, they're just coming to the realization that they're going home. Derek points out that they kind of blew it with us by arguing with us the night before. So they pretty much know that we're not gonna pick them. And they're just having that conversation, you know, I guess of regrets about the night before, but it is what it is. So downstairs, politicking is alive and well. And when I tell you guys, CT was on his worst behavior, he was cutting up, okay? So he was messing around with Jose, just kind of like playing around, flirting with him, trying to get that vote. And it was hilarious. He was like, so what type of men are you into? Oh, what type of guys do you like? And just all type of shit like that, just messing around with Jose. So on a side note, being in the Redemption House this time was a little bittersweet. It sucked because nobody wants to be in a Redemption House. You know, you'd rather be in the main house playing the game, but glass half full. This time being in the Redemption House, I was able to get to know CT and Veronica a little bit better. You know, as you know, I didn't really get to interact with them because when they were in the main house, I was in the Redemption House. And then when they got sent to the Redemption House, I was in the main house, you know? So we really didn't get an opportunity to really get to know each other. So being in the Redemption House together this time, I was able to pick their brains a little bit and get to know who they are as people. And then they also dropped some knowledge on me about this game. So I definitely appreciate that. So we get to go clubbing. The Redemption House gets to go clubbing, right? And me and Jose are having a ball because we pulled the double cross. So we have no worries. I don't need to talk to anybody and I don't need to do none of that stuff. I just need to have a ball with my partner. And that's exactly what we did because we know for sure one of two things are going to happen. One, we're going to end up back in the Redemption House, or two, we're going to end up in the main house. But one thing is for sure, we're not going home. So it's a good night. So Natalie and Paulie are having a conversation and Natalie is expressing to him that she's concerned that we're not going to pick her. And Paulie is just basically letting her know, hey, we picked them the first time, so they're going to return the favor. You just have to trust that their loyalty is what they say it is. And her whole thing was she sees the alliance and the bond that we've built with Angela and Faith. And so she's worried about that, you know, and she's just allowing her thoughts to get the best of her. And you can kind of see that that's what's happening. But Paulie reassures her to just chill out. Let it happen. Everything's gonna work out. So over on the dance floor, I am dancing with Derek. Now, it started off as a two-step. We were two-stepping, okay? But then, then the music changed and so did the dancing. So now we're dancing with each other or whatever like that. So then I stop and I go sit down by the window because I just want to get away from everybody. So I go sit down by the window, and then the next thing I know, he walks over to me and starts to try to give me this lap dance. And that's when you guys see me kind of like pushing him off of me, trying to push him up off me. And I'm yelling over to Angela and to Jose, because I'm telling them to come get him up off me. Like, not in a like I feel threatened way or anything like that. Like, it was nothing like that, but it was more so in a come get his drunk ass up off me. Like, I'm not trying to get his ass up off me. So I push him up off me, and then I get up, I go to the bathroom, I come back upstairs, and I'm sitting down at the booth. He comes and sits, you know, in the booth with me. So that's when that's when he starts to express all of these feelings that he has, right? And so, y'all, I tried my hardest to keep a straight face and not laugh the entire time he was talking. I think at one point I even started looking constipated because I was sucking my lips together so hard to try to keep myself from laughing. I was like squeezing it together, trying to keep myself from laughing at him because I did not want to laugh in his face because that's rude. But then when he was like, I'm interested in you, I have feelings for you, or some shit he said, I couldn't help it anymore. And I broke, y'all, and I just started screaming. Like, it was so funny to me because, are you kidding me? Are you, Derek, honey? Two of your exes are here, okay? And neither one of them look like you or me. So help me to understand why all of a sudden you want to come and take a dip in the chocolate. Now, I see you promote chocolate, but the chocolate that you promote is yourself, honey. It's you. And that's the extent of it. It is you, okay? And then I also noticed when I was watching X on the beach, the moment you thought you were in trouble and thought you were going home, the first thing you did was run to Jasmine, who is also a chocolate drop. And so I guess my question is, why is it that when you are on these shows and your ass is in danger, you run home to Wakanda? I mean, what's up? You don't live here any other time. This is not where you reside any other time. So why is it that whenever you need help or you're in trouble, you want to book a flight and come home? I don't get it. And I want to be very clear with you guys. I crack jokes on Derek all the time, but I don't think he's a bad person. I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he's a great guy. However, the way he thinks, his thought process, I don't get it. I don't understand it at all. So it's the next day and we're on our way to the redemption challenge. Now, at this point, it's known that we're picking Natalie and Polly, right? So Angela and Faith decide they want to get some things off of their chest. Before they go, Natalie decides she wants to get some shit off her chest too. And Derek also said he wanted to get some things off of his chest. Said he wanted to address some of the guys in the cast because he had some shit he wanted to say. Now, once we got there, he came to me and said, you know, Tori told him it would be smart for him not to say anything to them because he didn't want to burn any bridges for future seasons. So at the last minute, he ended up backing out. So he decided not to say anything. So boom, we line it up. We're standing next to TJ and Jose opens the library. Ciao. Angela starts it off and she's like, I am your final reckoning. This is happening tonight. Say all the shit that you were saying behind my back now that I'm standing here. And I was reading some of the comments and people were like, well, she didn't address one person. She wasn't just talking to somebody in particular. No, she was not. That was a one size fits all type of read, okay? She was addressing everybody who was not her friend. So anybody on that cast that had ever talked shit or said something negative about her, she was addressing you. That's what that was about, okay? So then next it was Natalie. Now understand this. First of all, Natalie is my baby, okay? And we understand that there is no bass in Natalie's voice. She has a very small voice that's not very intimidating, and people tend to not take her seriously because of her voice. So this reading session right here was a rehearsal for her, okay? We see later on in other episodes that she found some bass, but in this one right here, this was rehearsal, okay? So she was getting some shit off her chest, you know, and she was addressing Cam, and then Cam said some shit back to her, but she got the shit off her chest. But again, this was her rehearsal. So then Faith comes in with the bomb, okay? She drops the bomb and she tells Kyle, you know, you the biggest pimp out here. You've had me, Cara, and then she says Ashley. And when she says Ashley, child, Ashley looked like she had just saw a ghost, honey. Casper had came on the challenge. So now it's time to pick which team we're going to go up against. We, of course, choose Natalie and Polly. All of the other teams go home. And now it's time for us to get into this challenge. Wait a minute. Let me back up real quick. So when Faith drops the bomb about Ashley and Kyle, you know, having sex or whatever, Ashley tried to deny it. No, they didn't see that footage. That never happened. They're lying, this, that, and the third. So me, woman to woman, I'm trying to give her a warning. So I say, no, Ashley, they really did show that. Like, that footage is going to be seen. And because she's embarrassed, the first thing she does is try to throw shade as a response. So she says, well, good, maybe you can jack off to it. And so I'm a little caught off guard because I'm like, hold up. I'm trying to help you out. I'm just trying to warn you that that footage is going to be seen so you can prepare yourself for when you go home that that's going to be shown. But since you want to be a smart ass, let me show you how much more of a smart ass I can be. So that's when I responded and I told her, I said, no, thank you. It was very obvious that that entire scene smelled like fish. And everybody started laughing. And then Johnny was like, oh shit, they had smell-o-vision too. And then everybody started laughing even harder. So now you really should be embarrassed. Now you really look like an ass. When in the beginning, I was just trying to help you out, sis. Learn how to take some advice and not take it as a shot. Because my tone, my demeanor, my everything, none of that said that I was trying to throw a shot at her. Everything said, no, girl, you really need to prepare yourself because when you go home, that footage is going to be shown. That's how I got at her. So I really didn't understand the slick comment, but whatever. Do what you do. Moving on. So this challenge was a big pyramid-shaped puzzle, and it had one puzzle on one side and another puzzle on the other. And one side said the challenge and the other side said final reckoning. Each team had their very own pyramid with two puzzles to work on, right? So how it works is you're supposed to jump onto the pyramid and solve the puzzle with your partner while the pyramid is spinning around in a circle, right? So our strategy for completing this challenge was we would both tackle one puzzle together and we would start at the bottom and work our way up. Well, we quickly realized that it was just way too many hands and it was just extremely distracting. So what we did was we decided he would complete the puzzle that we started and I would go and start on the new one, right? So he completed the blue puzzle, which was the one that said the challenge, and I was working on the harder one, the one that said final reckoning. So as the challenge is happening, we get this clip of Kaylee in her interview. And, you know, she makes a statement where she says, it's awkward because me and Jose aren't attached to anybody because we don't socialize with anybody. And she's right. We didn't socialize with anybody. But here's why. They made it very clear, people in that house made it very clear early on that the door for us to build allies with them was closed. They made it very clear that the only thing we were good for in that house was to go home. Because we were rookies, we only deserved to go home. They made it very clear. The picture was painted so clear and we got it. So no, after you let me know that, after you show me your cards and show me where you stand, no, I will not try to knock on your door and have a conversation with you. No, I will not kiss your ass because kissing ass is not in my contract. So no, I'm not going to do any of those things. So what did me and my partner do? We played our game the best way we could, even if it was just me and him. You understand what I'm saying? We did what we had to do with the cards that we were dealt. They made that shit clear very early on. I didn't come into this game to make friends. I didn't come into this game to be a part of nobody's clique, but I did want to be able to build allies in the game so that I can at least have a fighting chance to go forward. Understand, Dayvon, came into this game with 2 vendettas, 1 friend, and a bunch of people that I don't know. Okay, Jose and Paulie were my vendettas. Natalie is the only person I knew. And then it's a bunch of people that I've never met before in my life. You know what I mean? So I literally knew nobody like that. You know, so I at least wanted the opportunity to build allies and build relationships. But that door was closed in my face very early on. So no. At this point, no, I'm going to stick with my partner and we're going to fight. And if we go down, we're going to go down swinging. Y'all ain't finna just take us out like no punks. Please believe that. And that's why we keep coming back, because we're fighting. I'm dealing with the cards that I've been dealt. I'm playing them to the best of my ability. So yeah, she's right. We did not socialize with any of them. We did not interact with any of them because they closed that door. And once you close the door in my face, I don't knock on it. Once it's closed, I walk away. Know that. So Jose has finished his puzzle. We've yelled check, it's correct, it's complete, it's done. I'm halfway done with my puzzle. He jumps on my puzzle and finishes the rest. We yell check, it's done, it's complete, it's good. So now we're done. But Natalie and Paulie can still beat us if they complete both of their puzzles faster than we completed ours. Remember, they started their puzzle second, right? So if they complete theirs in a faster time than we completed ours, then they can still beat us. Well, the time ran out and we ended up beating them. And so we get to go back into the main house and they're going back to the redemption house. So we get a clip of Nelson's partner in his interview and he's like, Jose and Devon are coming back into the house. Gosh, now I have to start scheming again on my spider web. And I'm just like, he's such a loser. He's such a loser. And he wears a helmet. And he wears a helmet. A loser in a helmet. A loser, a helmet. A loser in a helmet. A loser, a helmet. A loser in a helmet. Loser in a helmet. He's a loser in a helmet. A loser in a helmet. Put your helmet on. Put your helmet on. Put your helmet on. Put your helmet on. Loser in a helmet. Loser in a helmet. Loser in a helmet. A loser in a helmet. Put your helmet on. Put your helmet on. Anyway, so now we are in the main house again and it feels amazing. So we made it to the food challenge, guys, and I'm super excited because I've always wanted to compete in the food challenge. Like, I've always wanted to be able to taste the nasty and disgusting stuff that they give the competitors. Like, I just always thought it would be fun to try it, right? But then my heart was broken when I saw that part of this competition was being in water, because I immediately knew I was going in the water again because my partner is not a fan of the water. So we agreed that all the water shit was on me. So here I am again. This challenge was also a purge challenge, right? So you can't come in last place. If you come in last, you're going straight to the redemption house. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just take your ass right to the redemption house. And because we just came back, literally just came back from the redemption house, we're not going back. Like, going back there is not an option. So we're going to compete in this challenge and give it our all. So how this challenge works is one person from your team is hanging upside down by these damn ankle weights again, okay? And being dunked into the water, and they have to collect bags from one bin using their mouth only and put the bags into another bin. The goal is to collect the most bags. By collecting the most bags, you give your partner the most plates to eat. The team that eats the person from that team who eats the most plates in the fastest time become the winners of the challenge, right? And so while this is happening, your partner is up on this platform and they are balancing your weight. So they are the ones who are dunking you in the water and pulling you up, dunking you in and pulling you up. So once again, they put me in these damn ankle weights and PTSD is alive and well. So for our strategy, I told Jose, you don't have to dunk me in the water. Just get me close enough to the bags and then just hold my weight and leave me there. I can maneuver myself back and forth. Just holds me. So kudos to him because he really just stood there and held my weight that entire time while I went back and forth. And I know that that was not easy. So thank you for that. The 3 dishes were machadu, which is intestines, walkies, which is chicken feet, and then snook roe, which is an egg sack of a snook fish, right? So Jose let me know in advance that he wanted chicken feet. So when I went down there, I grabbed as many of those bags that had the chicken feet on them as possible. So our hands are tied behind our back, so we can't use our hands. We're only allowed to use our mouth. So every time I would go to get a bag, at first I tried to use my teeth and bite on the bags, but that didn't work. So I was like, Devon, you're going to have to slurp these bags. Oh my gosh. So I would go down to the bag and I would and hold it in my mouth, suck it real tight. This sounds so gross. And then I would drop it in the bin next to me. So I did that over and over and over. Oh my gosh, this sounds terrible. So I did that. And then I ended up getting 9 bags, right? So I'm excited. Time is over. I have 9 bags. It was 13 in there, but I only ended up getting 9. So that's not bad. So I'm trying to figure out how many, bags everyone else has, because each bag equals a plate for your partner to eat. And again, the goal is to have the most plates, right? Now, also inside of the bins where the bags were, there were these golf balls. And what the golf balls did was, if you got those, you were able to use them to sabotage another team. So just like you were getting the bags to get plates for your partner, you could also get these golf balls and sabotage another team. So we get to the top, and now it's time to hand out the plates of food, right? So they hand us our 9 plates, but now it's time to deal with these golf balls. So Zach and Amanda's team got 2 golf balls, and then Nelson's team got 1 golf ball. So Zach and Amanda gave their 2 golf balls to me and Jose, and then Nelson's team gave their 1 golf ball to me and Jose. So that's 3 extra plates for me and my partner. I don't know why they didn't show this part, but you know, maybe they didn't show it because it would really show you guys how much these people were just fucking with me and Jose unnecessarily. Like, there was no reason for them to sabotage our team. We had just came back. You feel what I'm saying? There was no real reason to do it, but whatever. So they gave us those 3 extra plates, and here's the crazy part about that. In sabotaging us, those 3 plates don't even count to our total. So whereas having 13 plates would be a great thing, because if you can eat those 13 plates in a, fast enough time, then you can win this entire thing. But no, he had to eat those 3 plates before he even started to tackle the 9 that I got him. You know what I mean? So those 3 plates were just to slow him down. And then he had to go and eat the 9 just so we would be safe to stay in the game. Isn't that shitty? But anyway, my partner ate all 13 plates. Yes, he did. So Jose is telling me that hearing other people gag and vomit and stuff is making him want to gag and vomit. So he's telling me, Davon, talk to me so I don't have to listen to that. So I take my hands and I place it over his ears. And when I place it over his ears, I start singing to him. And I'm singing, eat your chicken, eat your chicken. Go partner, eat your chicken, eat your chicken. Go partner, that's my partner, eat your chicken, that's my partner. Yes, go partner, eat your chicken. Like, I'm singing this song the entire time, right? And so Zach heard him say that hearing people vomit makes him want to vomit. So Zach tries to stand next to him and make loud gagging noises. And the louder he gagged, the louder I sang. And y'all know me, I have this loud voice, okay? I have a theater voice. It is trained to hit the back wall, so nobody can talk louder than me. So I started to sing extremely loud, okay? And so my partner got through all 13 plates, and I got news for you. He did not gag or throw up once. You better do your shit, Jose. Y'all better put some respect on my partner's name. So at this point, Ashley and Hunter have won the challenge. Hunter has eaten 13 plates, which is the most plates that you can eat, and he ate them in the fastest time. So they've won this challenge. So now everyone else is just competing not to come in last place. So we're down to our last 2 teams, which is Cam and Kaylee and Cara and Marie. And that's how the episode ends. Oh my gosh, you guys, we are almost finished. I have only 1 more video to upload and we are all caught up. That is crazy. Aren't y'all proud of me? I'm proud of me because, whoo, child, I was so far behind. Now, if you liked this video, make sure you like this video. And if you have not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell so you can get the notifications when these videos come up. I love y'all so much. Thank you for rocking with me the way that you do. You guys are the bomb always and forever. So until our next video, inhale positive energy, exhale the bullshit, raise your glass, and have a sip.
Tell them I'm on my way. On my way, on my way, on my way. I'm on my way, on my way.